think connection is not working well. How's my connection? I think it's because I'm in the basement. Shoot. I have to take this thing upstairs. I hate working in the basement, man. Connection is always bad. He's already calling back. Yeah, hello.
Hi, Steve. I'm calling you back.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode here. So today's actually March the 30th and tomorrow is gonna be the 31st, which means I gotta go off extra hard. So anyway, so today guys, actually for this week, let me just break it down. One of the big things that are happening is that I'm gonna be having a meeting with a lawyer later today to discuss some of the things that I want to work on as far as when it comes to the structure of the company. So the lawyer is gonna be able to help. So this is separate from the other stuff that I'm working on because I'm working on a holding company that's going to be able to hold all the assets that I'm going to be working on. And through the holding company, I need to make sure that I'm legally doing the structure right, that I'm also going to be doing the tax filing right as well, because tax filing is going to be coming up. It did get pushed towards July 15th instead of it was actually supposed to be next month, which is a great thing, right? So yeah, I'm going to be having the meeting with the lawyer, and then this week I'm going to be working on some Hyrix Tech stuff as far as, doing reportings, and then with the developers for SoundMojo, we're going to be basically finalizing the app testing that I was doing last time. I think it was like in episode number 1 or stuff like that. So basically I'm going to be working on that, and then also for the e-com stuff, things are doing very well. Actually this morning I was talking to the supplier. I was trying to see if we can be able to get a better price dealing. Basically mentioned due to the coronavirus, shipping costs are actually higher right now. So he mentioned that maybe we can be able to do that after the coronavirus situation has basically calmed down, because right now shipping rates are much higher, due to the whole coronavirus. So yeah, so basically those are some of the things that are happening right now. So right now I'm just gonna go get started on this daily goals here. Right now I actually have a lot of researching stuff that I have to do today. I have a lot of daily goals I gotta tackle today, and I am very much excited. So yeah, let's get it.
Yeah. Well, how you been, man? How was your trip?
The trip was good. So in general, I actually just sent you an email on the report that we can be able to go over together. So this is kind of like the draft report that then we're going to end up sending to the NGO. So our meeting got delayed as well because we were going to plan on doing a face-to-face, but with the whole social distancing thing, that was pushed out. But we're working on a report that they're going to be going over with their board and stuff like that.
Okay. I haven't gotten an email yet, so I'm still waiting on it to come in.
Okay.
I'm reading through it right now. I'll read through this more later too. This is a lot. This is stuff that I like to learn about. See how everything's structured up and how you break it down. You got the training methodology in here too. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Now, that sounds good. That sounds really good. That sounds solid. What have you identified? What the manpower and the cost is going to be able to spread using that strategy? Like, so, for example, like, you said you're going to be training teachers and they'd be a part of, like, a network, essentially?
Yeah.
And you could train them remotely, or do you have to physically have somebody there to train them in person?
So we can do it remotely, but this NGOs want people to go there physically.
Right.
So
the money that, okay, so let's take that piece right there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If the NGOs are requiring for you to send somebody there physically, how much does it cost for you to send somebody physically to a site on average? And how many people can they train during one trip? You need to identify what that is.
Yo, what up guys? So we basically just finished a meeting with Sam, and Sam is he's from Matter. It's an organization that helps minority businesses, and it's really been an awesome relationship. I've been working with him for quite a while now, and he's our business advisor for Hyrix Tech. Now before I jump into what we were talking about in the meeting, I do want to tell you this: get yourself a business advisor. Because like since we got Sam as our business advisor, we've been able to improve on a lot of different things. We've been able to start looking into things in different perspectives. Because when you're the owner of the company, you're gonna be, all in the flavor. And you're only gonna focus on the sugar. You're not gonna focus on the sour flavor. You're only gonna focus on the sugar, and that's what an owner usually does. So when you have an advisor, they're gonna be looking at things from the outside perspective. They're gonna be asking you questions on different things that are gonna help your business to survive. And also with them looking at things from the outside picture, like basically looking at things from the, because you can be inside a house. Let me just put a different concept, right? You as a business owner, you are inside the house. Your business advisor is outside your house and rarely he or she does not come in your house every day. They're looking at things from the outside. So if you have a smell in your house and you get used to that steak, and someone else walks into that house for the first time in a week or a month later, they're gonna be like, what's that smell, man? What died in here? Bro, your sales are dead. What is going on here? Like, that is basically the best concept I can give you for a business advisor. And that's why I highly recommend for your business, get yourself an advisor and let them help you out and be very open-minded. And the one final thing I want to tell you guys, a business advisor is not necessarily going to be dictating what you need to do. They're just there to basically scribble some few things, some breadcrumbs, and you're going to follow which one you see is the best way. But I do recommend you do that because they're going to have some revolutionary ideas that we've implemented and has been able to help us as well. So shout out to Sam and shout out to Meta. Okay, so yeah, I just finished up a meeting with him, and I'm also going to be having a meeting with the lawyer later. So catch me on the flip when we do that. Let's get it. So it's basically, oh my goodness, look at that lighting, that natural lighting from outside. So yeah, so basically right now it's lunchtime, so I'm going to get some lunch. And actually what I ended up doing was I changed up some of my daily goals, the way I'm doing different things today. Because I had a huge amount of daily goals I was going to tackle in. And basically I was actually talking to my sister. And we talked, like, I think, it was a Saturday. And we were talking basically about optimizing your performances, because it's not really about you putting in 80 hours in a week or putting in X amount of effort in, or how many daily goals you're trying to push in. What you want to focus on is actually making sure everything that you do is going to be fully optimized, right? So for example, if you found some tasks that are very repetitive, you want to find a way to automate that process. Now in this case, if you're able to, for your business, you want to be able to outsource that task and have someone else hired to do that. So basically what ended up happening is when a business is scaling, or when you're trying to optimize yourself, not even just in business or anything in life, you're going to be able to find as many things you can be able to automate. And the more things you can be able to automate, the more efficient you're going to be. Because you have 24 hours in a day. And of course, out of those 24 hours, some of you guys might be doing 5 hours of work, 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever it might be, 12 hours, 14 hours. You want to be able to find a way you're spending the same exact amount of time, but what you're doing in that time frame is multiply 2 times, 3 times, 4 times over. And that's basically kind of what I'm doing today. I'm finding ways to be able to optimize my time even further before I start crushing on those daily goals even harder as we go throughout the week. That's just a little bit of a tip right there that I wanted to give you guys, all right? So let's go get this lunch.
It's very likely what you may have to create additional holding company, just because it's been 2018. IRS is going to look at the company if she's going to be in existence and just starting doing something. But maybe if it's a state in LLC, it can potentially be a holding company even if it searches it before.
Oh, I think connection's not working well. How's my connection? I think it's because I'm in the basement. Shoot, I have to take this thing upstairs. I hate working in the basement, man. Connection is always bad. He's already calling back. Yeah, hello?
Hi, Steve. I'm calling you back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think it's the connection that's in the basement and stuff like that. I think that's why I wasn't working well.
Okay. So did you hear anything what I was saying, or should I?
Yeah, so you had mentioned that if we want privacy, we'd have to register in a different state, or?
Yeah, so Minnesota is not the best state for that. You would have to, for the holding company, you can handle with other companies in Minnesota.
Yo, what's up guys? So it is actually 2 days later right now. What day is this? This is actually the first. This is the first of what month goes after March? of course, April. So yeah, sorry about that. It's like 4 in the morning. My brain is still loading up. So yeah, so basically guys, I did not make a video follow up on what I talked with the lawyer. So I'm gonna instead do that a little bit later because today I have so much work to do. Like, I mean, so much work to do, and I have like a deadline already. You know, it's 4 a.m. right now. I gotta go make some tea. I have a deadline like basically 9 o'clock this morning, so I gotta rush, guys. So we'll just talk later, okay? Peace out. Let's talk later. What's up, guys? So I basically went upstairs. I got my breakfast, as you can see right here. I got some tea, whatever, you know. I got my mandazi up in here. So yeah, I saw like basically, ooh, mandazi. So I saw basically, let me just record the video and talk about the lawyer stuff and then just jump right in here. Like, first, let me just catch my breath. Okay, cool. So what, sorry, it's just that I'm rushing like from, it's literally I got up at 4 a.m., 4 minutes, like, you know, 16 minutes ago, and I'm rushing around trying to, you know, set up stuff here, all that good stuff, checking on emails, checking whatever. But yeah, so basically after the lawyer, when I spoke with the lawyer, basically the whole goal was to be able to understand how to legally incorporate stuff, how to best structure things as far as, because I'm trying to set up a holding account, a corporation that's going to be able to manage other different companies. So the whole goal is I want to make sure that I do it legally right. I do understand the general incorporation of a corporation, but other than that, it really is gets more detailed, and that's kind of what the whole goal was. And I'm gonna make a more of a video wrap up at the end of the week because I really do just want to jump into this, but I just want to do a little bit of a breaker there and just let you know towards the end of the video we will talk more about it. But for now, I gotta rush on this daily goals. I gotta somehow crush what I normally do in an entire day when I'm just kind of chilling, and I gotta do this in the next 5 hours. So it's kind of like a crazy off day today. So yeah, let's get it. Let's get going. Yo, what's up, guys? So just a little bit of trouble in paradise. So a lot of things have drastically shifted from literally 4 in the morning. So all the daily goals I had set up, 70% of them are just getting wiped out. Like, not wiped out as in they are done, but just wiped out because as far as strategy is concerned, as far as productivity is concerned, as far as longevity and long-term focus is concerned, those daily goals are not going to line up with what needs to be happening. So that's kind of what usually happens. Like, sometimes, you know, I have daily goals planned a certain way, but daily goals are more about just daily increments that are supposed to be targeting weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, decade goals. And of course, if things don't seem aligned in that day, I'm not going to stick to it and be like, oh, we're trying to hit, like, you know, X amount of daily goals. It's not about that. It's about productivity. It's about actually efficiency. So let me just give you an update. A lot of different things just happened, okay? So I'm going to start from, where can I even start from? There's so many different problems. So let me start from the employment side of things, right? So as you know, I worked virtually with a team and stuff like that. And this morning we faced some issues. So one of the processes we use for payment and stuff like that is facing some issues. Actually, yesterday we had issues with our email servers. Email servers were down. This morning they finally just got back. They got back up later, like an hour or 2 hours later, but interrupted the time zone that the customer support team usually works, right? And actually, besides that problem, this morning I was working on upgrading some softwares. I was doing some designing and I got everything done. I was all amped up and I'm ready to integrate with some of the existing applications that I found out that those existing applications are not compatible. And they're not compatible because they're just, the interface is completely messed up because things are overlaying on where they're not supposed to. So the whole styling for the CSS is completely messed up. And I'm at a point where I'm like, is it worth me frustrating over redesigning everything and having to now get into the fine details of the programmable stuff, or should I be able to just move things forward? Now, that's one of the other problems I'm dealing with right now this morning. Now, the other problems I'm also dealing with as well is that, so basically the supplier I'm working with on the e-commerce that I'm currently working on, that I've been working on for months now, they increased their prices. And they increased their prices at a point where the margins are not gonna be good. Now, I have no problem with increased prices on margins because, of course, as I mentioned before, with the whole coronavirus, shipping prices from overseas, when you're shipping things in bulk, even if you move to a warehouse, whatever it might be, prices have increased and some of the suppliers are not willing to decrease their prices. Now, I sent the message to the supplier and I told them, basically gave them a prompt of like, hey, look, like if you can't reduce the prices, we're going to start looking for other suppliers because we can't work with those margins. They're way too tight. So I'm dealing with that headache as well, which is not really a problem. So this is the beauty of entrepreneurship, right? You basically get up in the morning and you just have a bunch of fire starting in your company, and you have to find a way to put it out. And that's basically what happens every day. Not every day, but basically there's always a problem every day. It's just today the problem was just such a what can I call it? A cosmetic shift that I have to change what I have to do for the entire day. Usually the things that come up, usually more minor, usually just I need to contact someone, get things here done, blah, 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 as in that's no problem. Now, here's the other thing for High-Rec Tech. Let's talk about High-Rec Tech as well. So for High-Rec Tech, coronavirus, we are unable to carry out trainings, which means we cannot be able to really scale things right now. And the whole coronavirus thing, this might end up affecting us literally for this year, as in we were getting off on a good start this year, and then coronavirus just came and bam! And we cannot be able to do certain tasks. So we have to, because we are, it's a tech company, but we're very much physical as well as far as the way we carry out our services. So this is really a tough period as well for us, but we're looking for ways to be able to pivot. But the beautiful things that we already conducted some trainings, and right now we're doing the reporting stage, the follow-up stage, and the planning stage. So it's not really, you know, like where we had trainings coming in the next month. So good things we didn't have trainings that got canceled, but that does mean that, you know, future partner trainings are all basically halted. Everything is down. So yeah, it's beauty in paradise here, okay? So yeah, so basically guys, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna need to jump back here in my goals. I need to shift things around. I need to look at how I'm gonna work with this supplier and stuff like that. So yeah, other than that, man, steady killing it. Let's keep pushing. Yo, what's up guys? So don't mind me sitting here on the kitchen counter, as in it's not a good habit. I'll wipe it down before I get off. You know, I don't want to, good, be clean. But basically what I wanted to talk about was basically, when you're strategizing, I really think that you should be doing a lot of self-talk. I do it a lot. I wasn't just doing it in the purpose of just for the scene cut and whatever, but I actually do this a lot. I do this just basically almost every increment of like 30 minutes. It's good for you to take time off and just be able to reflect with yourself, because you're really the best counselor. You're your best counselor. And when you're doing this, you want to be able to talk to yourself in a perspective of you're talking to a different person. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but bear with me here, because the cool thing about the human brain is that when you put yourself in a different persona or a different mindset, your brain actually starts to make itself think in that same perspective. Let's say, for example, you have a person you really look up to. Like, let's say, for example, you look up to Oprah, or you look up to Obama, wherever it might be. You know their characteristics. You know what they do. You know how they are, how they do things. And if you're able to put yourself in their mindset based on your information you've taken from them, and you start thinking and trying to decipher what you're trying to handle from their perspective, what actually happens is pretty cool, is your brain actually starts to think in the same way. The same way you're able to like imitate a person, the same way a child is able to imitate their mother, imitate their father. That's why, like, you know what I mean? Like, a family acts a certain way because they're able to think how the other person is able to think. So that's just a quick little life hack right there. You should definitely try it out. Alright guys, so basically besides that little tip right there, I just wanted to basically catch you up on everything. I decided I'm about to wrap up this, it's Wednesday today. I'm gonna wrap up Wednesday with this part of the vlog, because I don't want to make it too long in order to just jump straight to the chase, because so many things have happened. Let's first start off with the first call we had with Sam, right, our advisor, right? So we're basically gonna be having a meeting with the High-Rec Tech team, and we're gonna be able to talk more items there. So that's kind of the update there right now. And the other thing that for the incorporation with the lawyer, as in, oh my goodness, it's gonna cost me a good chunk of money for me to be able to get things incorporated. As in, the lawyer, it costs like, basically $270 per hour, which is a lot of money, but you need to make sure you're doing things legally right, and also legally documenting things as you're taking actions. So if you do talk with a lawyer, you want to document that you talked to the lawyer, you want to document what you talked about. This is not just record for yourself personally, but it's also record for public record. If you ever have any other person coming in, or any new future lawyers, they can be able to go back and see what the previous lawyer did and stuff like that. So it's a good tip right there. And now the whole situation that happened today in the morning, as far as the businesses and stuff like that, as in, the one thing I can be able to tell is that, it's a tough situation, and it threw me off. It threw my daily goals off. It threw what I was hoping to do today. But at the same time, it opened up doors for me to see things from a different perspective. And it's really putting me into a mindset of seeing how things can be able to grow. Because when you face a problem in business, it means it's time for you to grow. Okay, let me repeat that. When you face a problem in business, it means it's time for you to grow. When you face a problem in life, it means it's time for you to grow. You do not face a problem, okay? You do not face an anxiety, or you do not feel like, oh my goodness, what's going on here, if it means that you should not be basically expanding. Like, basically think about this, like, when you have like water in a balloon or something, like you're putting a lot of water, you're blowing a lot of air into the balloon, what starts to happen, it starts to getting more stress because it has to expand, right? It's getting more stress in that situation. So it's the same thing with you in your life, right? You want to make sure that when you feel stress, when you feel anxiety, when you feel those different things, do not run away from the actual situation. What you want to actually do is look at the situation and then be able to expand from that situation. Grow with that, because the older you get, right? It's not just the physical, like, you know, physically you get bigger, you expand, right? You don't expand too much, but you grow, right? And basically, that's just basically another thing in life, right? Is basically, if you think about trees and stuff like that, when they grow, when you're from a seed, there's so much pain they go through the growing process, the sprouting process. When a kid is growing up, their knees, they're like aching because they're growing, they're going through the growth spurts, whatever it's called. So it's the same thing that I'm looking at here from my perspective with what I'm going on through with the business, right? And what I want to tell you in this video, when I give you a good summary here, is this, okay? Once again, don't mind I'm sitting on the counter. I'm gonna clean the counter. But this is one thing I want to tell you, right? You want to make sure that you are observing your problems from the perspective of growth. You do not want to observe your problems from a perspective of shrinking. Because you see what usually happens when someone is attacking you, you want to go like this. You want to like, you get small and you duck and you do all that stuff, which is a good reaction that we have as human beings to protect ourselves, right? We should protect our head when we do that. It's a very, want to protect that. So it's the same thing when you're going through struggles in life that might not be physical, but they're more emotional, they're more inward. You do not want to always just crouch and just duck, because it's a reptilian part of our brain that does that to protect us from things that give us anxiety. But sometimes the things that give us anxiety are things that are telling us that we need to grow and we need to expand in our lives. So instead of you just ducking, like, yeah, just take the hit. Just sometimes take the hit. See how the punch is coming to your face, so next time you can block that punch and be able to give an uppercut back up in life. Like, I don't know, that makes a lot of sense for me. Hope it makes a lot of sense for you. And that's basically my tip from this week log. Okay, peace out, guys. Let's keep hustling. It's actually like 10:28 right now. It's 10:28 and it feels like I've already been hustling. Like, it's 10:20, so I get up at 4 in the morning. By 8 o'clock, when most people are having breakfast, I already put in 4 hours of work. So yeah, by the time I'm having lunch, I basically just did what most people usually do in a day or 2 days, and I just did it in half a day. That's what I like about getting up early. You get more done, so let's get it. And by the way, it's not about like, you don't want to just be like, oh, I'm getting up early, and then you just be idle. Like, that's not the point. But once again, as I told you early in the video, it's about getting up early. It's about you doing what you need to do, but you need to be efficient. You do not want to like jot down 1,000 things and be like, I finished 1,000 things. What the frick does 1,000 things mean? But did you jot down things that are going to line up towards what you need to actually get done? It's the same thing today. I could have decided and been a hard head and decided to just go push on those daily goals instead of pivoting and actually moving towards what was supposed to get me where I need to get to in a more efficient and faster way. Let's cut this vlog. Peace out. Let's get it. All right, y'all think I was playing when I was saying gotta wipe those kitchen counters. You gotta wipe them down. But, gotta make sure you stay straight. You know what I mean? Gotta stay clean. Gotta stay clean. I'm just saying. You know, it's a good habit, bro. Gotta stay respectful.